They can't sell it to anybody.
Yeah.
In fact, people start to become afraid of them.
Yeah.
You know, like, look, like, it's kind of beautiful young couple in this, you know, velvet clothing and, like, riding around.
But crazy.
Trying to convince people to sell their soul to the devil. You know, like, people start, like, you know, pulling their children off the street and closing the shutters when they come by, you know, and they can't, you know, people are like, whoa, it creeps everybody out. And upon failing to quickly sell the bottle, Kiawe gets really depressed again, you know, because he had some hopes, you know, when she came up with this idea, he sort of got, like, more enthusiastic and more hopeful, but now since it's not working, he's depressed again, and one night they're in the bungalow, sad, and he's crying and weeping, he can barely stand, he's like, oh, I'm going to hell, and she's like, no, you know, come on, you gotta, don't give up yet, we'll sell. He says, no, and of course he does the thing, he goes like, you have to leave me. You know, you can find a better man, you can find somebody, you know, like another guy, you should never have married me, I should never have married you, you know, leave me, get it. And it's the classic fight that people only have in movies, you know, she's like, no, I'm not going to leave you, I love you, and it's like, oh, finally, like, he kind of manages to get her out of the house somehow. She goes wandering down the lane near the bungalow, and she sees this old man, like, walking, taking his, like, evening constitutional or something. This old guy walking kind of with a cane, you know. And when he sees her, at first he tries to leave. He's like, oh no, you're one of, like, the succubus vampire type people from the you know, selling the demon bottle. And she says, no. Look, I'm not going to hurt you. Trust me. You know, in fact, I need your help. You know, so he stands there. And she goes over to him and she explains the whole thing to him about the bottle. Or he knows it from, like, the gossip around town. You know, he knows the story. And she says, look, I can't bear to see my husband this way. So only one thing I can do. I'm going to buy the bottle from him. Yeah. And I'll take the curse onto myself. I can handle it. I'm stronger than he is. But I know he won't sell the bottle to me. So here's what we're going to do. Here's my plan. It's what I need for you to do. I'm going to give you these 4 cents. Okay? You go up to the house, to the bungalow, you buy the bottle off him, you come back down here, I'll give you 3 cents, and I'll have the bottle. And the guy's moved by her, like, self-sacrifice, and he briefly tries to talk her out of it. He goes, no, you're a young girl, you don't want to do this. But finally he agrees to do it, you know? He takes the pennies, goes up to the bungalow, she waits for him in the clearing or in the park or wherever she is. And a couple minutes later, the guy comes limping back down. He's got the bottle. He says, okay, I have the bottle. I bought it off the guy. Give me my 3 cents.
Well, he don't...
There's a brief moment where Koku is thinking, I can just leave the old man with the bottle.
Yeah.
But she shakes her head. She says, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. She's even ashamed of herself for having thought of it, you know?
And he was a good guy.
He's a good guy, you know?
He don't ask for anything.
He didn't make a wish.
He didn't make a wish.
And basically, she gives him the 3 cents. She's got the bottle. So she goes back up to the house. She finds Kiawe, like, you know, jumping up and down and laughing and singing and stuff. You know, I won't sing again, but... and he says, you'll never guess what happened. While you were gone, an old man came by and bought the bottle. You know, she's like, that's good. That's wonderful. You know, and he's, no, look, we have to go out. Champagne and caviar. We have to celebrate. And she's like, I don't know, because she's not really handling damnation as well as she thought. She goes, I don't know, an old man, damned for eternity in hell. I don't know if it's kind of poor taste to drink champagne. He's like, what the fuck, you know, poor taste, you know, I'm saved, you know, and they have a fight, and they have a fight again, you know what I mean, I'm going to go out, I'm not. So he goes out on his own, slams the door, you know, determined to have a good time on his own without her, you know, to celebrate his newfound freedom. And he knows that nobody in town wants to see him because the people, you know, are creeped out by him. So he goes down to the waterfront to where the ships come in and the foreign sailors are in the taverns near the waterfront. He goes in there to one of these bars because he was a sailor, you know. And the bar is full of, like, guys from a whaling vessel which, like, for some reason, in this, in Moby Dick, apparently, like, whalers were just, like, 2 steps above pirates in terms of, like, disrepute and bad reputation and toughness, you know? He goes into the tavern, and he says, and there's all these whalers, and they're first mate or foreman or chief kind of guy. He's this really tough-looking, grizzled old guy with, like, scars and prison tattoos and stuff, you know? And Kiawe says, the drinks are on me. You know, and he buys them all drinks, rum or something. They start singing, like, pirate-type songs and everything. And he tells them the story, more or less, about the bottle. But, they don't pay much attention. Another round, you know? And finally, after, like, a few rounds of rum or whatever, he runs out of money. He says, that's it. And the foreman-type guy's like, I thought you were Mr. Big Shot. I thought you were Mr. Lots of money. You know, you're going to buy us all drinks and everything. And Kiawe's like, no, I got more money. Don't worry about it. I just have to go back to my my bungalow and get more money. Then we can drink some more. We'll go to another place. So he goes out, and the foreman guy goes with him. And they go through the town, staggering. It's real late at night, back toward the bungalow. And as they're approaching the house, Kiawe says, no, wait, you stay here. I don't want to wake my wife up. You know, she's probably asleep. So the guy, like, waits in the clearing or something. Kiawe goes on alone. And he goes into the bungalow, trying to be as quiet as he can. And he goes into the bungalow, and as he's, going to where he keeps the money, he looks into the bedroom, and he sees Kukua on the floor, crying.
Oh.
In front of her is the bottle.
Wow.
Look, the bottle. The first thing he thinks is that the sale to the old man somehow violated one of the rules. He doesn't know how, but maybe the sale, and that the bottle has come back to him somehow. But he's not sure, and he wants to check. So he sneaks out again. He goes around, he comes in the front door. This time making, like, a lot of noise. Like, honey, I'm home, how you doing, He's like, by the time he gets to the bedroom where she is, there's no bottle. She's, like, sitting there, like, wiping her eyes, like, oh, how are you, And he's like, just came back for more money. He looks in the little cabinet where they had been keeping the bottle. It's not there either. He realizes what she has done.
Yeah.
He's like, no! He doesn't really say it, because to see, but it's one of those, no! He keeps it quiet. He was like, I'm just coming back for more money, gonna go out drinking more. I'll see you in a while. She's like, okay, honey, bye-bye, have a good time. He leaves the bungalow. He goes back down to where the foreman sailor type guy is. And he says, this is terrible. My wife has bought the bottle. My wife now has the bottle. The guy doesn't care. He goes, look, you gotta do me a favor. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you these 2 cents. Same deal as the old man. He goes, I'm gonna give you these 2 cents to the old man. To the tough guy. I'll give you these cents. You go up there, you tell her you heard about the bottle, you want to buy it. Okay, you buy it from her for the 2 cents. You come back down here, I buy it from you for this one last penny. And that way, at least, I'll have the curse back again. The guy says, I don't believe anything about this thing about the bottle. It's just bullshit. Kiawe says, doesn't matter. What do you have to lose? Just do it, you do it, I'll buy you a bottle of rum, whatever, just go do it. He gives the 2 cents to the guy. The guy goes up. Kiawe stands there waiting. He's waiting 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Where's the guy? Finally, he hears somebody singing. Down comes the guy along the path, and the guy is dressed as a kind of like a Mac Daddy from like 1970s like movie. Like he's got a ridiculous fur coat, like diamond rings, gold chains, maybe a solid gold hat or something. Expensive cognac. He's got the bottle, And the guy says, well, man, you were right. This bottle with the demon is amazing. I've been wishing all kinds of stuff. Kiawe says, okay, you've had your fun. Now take this last penny and give me the bottle. The guy says, oh, I don't think so. 1 penny for this bottle? Kiawe's like, what's the matter with you? Don't you understand? You have to sell the bottle to somebody for less than you bought it for, or you're going to go to hell when you die.
In any case,
the guy says,
to the hell.
Guy says, What are you kidding? I'm going to hell anyway. What are you, now at least I can go like in a solid gold submarine or something, you know? So like he just wanders off and that's it. Kiawe goes back up. Tiny Tim says, you know, God bless us all. No, I don't know. It's a different story, but it's over. They're happily, live happily ever after. It's all. It's finished.
So they